It's okay to be an egoist, to be selfish, to be fully consumed with yourself. And most people won't get it. Why don't they get it? Because they don't see themselves like that. They don't see themselves as powerful, as strong, as hot, as successful. They don't see themselves like that. But you do. I do. I get this feeling a lot of the time when I'm talking to people that I come across as egotistical or that I come across as selfish. And that's not the image that I want people to have of me. But it is a recurring effect that I have on people. Especially when they don't know me well enough. When they haven't known me for years, they've known me even just for a couple months, or they just met me, and they hear the way I talk, they immediately think, oh, this guy's full of himself. Get a load of this guy. What an egomaniac. That's good. I want more of that. I want them to think that. I don't want them to think that, but I want them to think that. Does that make sense? I want them to think, and I want them to know that I am so delusionally full of myself that I will become everything I say I will become. And this happens without me even trying. I'll just be telling them about my goals. They'll ask me, hey, what do you want to do? What do you want to do in life? And I'll be like, listen, at the risk of sounding like an egomaniac, I see myself on the red carpet. I see myself famous. I see myself happy, having a beautiful life, having money pouring in, having influence, inspiring people. I see myself doing all of these things. And they'll be like, whoa, dude, come on, okay, chill out, bro. You're not there yet, you know? Like, come on. Like, be grounded. Be realistic. I will not be realistic. I am so not realistic. I'm delusional. I am delusionally full of self-belief that I will get to where I want to be. It doesn't matter what comes at me. As long as I keep this mental image of the end goal in my mind, and I believe in it 100% without a fucking ounce of doubt, it will happen regardless. That is a law. That is the law of attraction. That is how that works. If you see the end goal and you believe it, the belief is the hard part. Because a lot of people have goals. A lot of people can envision themselves goals. Yeah, I see myself driving a Lamborghini. Yeah, I see myself with a beautiful wife. But they don't believe it. And that's the problem. You have to believe it delusionally. I saw this effect happen to me in my life when my thought patterns, and I believed what I was believing, was that I was a loser, that I was lonely, that had no friends, that nobody liked me. That's exactly the reality that I would attract, right? That's exactly the reality I would attract. That's exactly what would happen every day to day. People wouldn't talk. I wouldn't talk to people. Nobody would talk to me. Nobody would care. But then one day, I went to go see a waterfall with a friend. We went on a hike. We had a good talk. He told me, bro, just be the shit. You are fucking amazing, he told me. And for some reason, something clicked in my brain, and I just started telling myself, you know what? I'm not that bad. I'm pretty cool. I can do this, I can do that. And what happened was the best months of my life at that time happened in the next 3 months. I got a girlfriend, I quit my job, and I started following my passion. All because I started believing myself, and I started actually believing what I was saying and what I was thinking. But I also changed it from a negative thought loop to a positive thought loop. Now, people thinking you're selfish. This is a side effect of being delusionally self-confident. Because people will think that all the time. I am not an asshole by any means. But people truly do think I am. They think I'm an egomaniac. And I fucking it shocks me a bit But I love it at the same time because you could never understand how much I believe in myself. You can never understand it. You can't even comprehend it. You're too busy living in your parents' basement. I also live in my parents' basement, but I believe in myself. I know it's a means to an end of a goal. That's what it is. It's beautiful. I find myself talking to people and being like, sorry, I don't want to sound egotistical, but I really love inspiring people. I love when people come to me and tell me, yo, you inspired me to start. You inspired me to do this. I love that. That shit fuels me. That shit gives me fucking It gives me It is insane the amount of influence we can have on other people. I saw this quote. I read this quote recently. It was from a book. I can't remember the book. But it had these beautiful images of the human body, basically like X-ray / MRI imagery, but artistically drawn. And it was the human body with its third eye in a kind of like bow and arrow type position, shining a beam of light, and all his veins are visible, and it's just, you're shining a beam of light. And the quote down below, summed up, said that we are so afraid of being ourselves that we don't understand that by being ourselves, we can inspire other people to do the same. By being yourself and just living what you truly want to do, by living your dream, living to your own fulfillment, you have the possible effect, the possibility, at least 1 in 8 billion, but even imagine just one other person being like, my life changed because of you. How insane is that? That is phenomenal. That is phenomenal, to change somebody's life, not by helping them, not by holding their hand and being like, hey, come along, hey, come do this, come do that. Oh no, I'm gonna coach you through it. I'm gonna coach you. No, you just do it yourself. You just do it yourself. And by seeing someone else do it themselves and be full of themselves and be happy and be delusionally self-believing, you can change their thought process and they can start doing the same. And then imagine if, because of them, somebody else starts doing it, and somebody else, and somebody else. And then all of this spawned because you just believed in yourself and you just did your own thing. You believed in your goals, you followed through. So it's normal to have to warn people. If people aren't expecting, if you care about your public image and you don't care about, well, and you care what people think, you know. I work in an industry where I want to keep a good reputation. So I don't want people to necessarily think I'm egotistical, even though a lot of people say I am, which is fine again. I don't care. But in order to diminish the effects of this, I feel the need to warn people about my ambitions, about how positive I am. I'll be like, listen, I'm sorry, but I'm about to say something that sounds egotistical, but it's honestly just coming from a place of self-belief. I just warn people. Because 95% of people don't understand. They don't get it. They're stuck in their negative thought loops. There's this thing called the self-perception theory that basically states, if your brain acts purely as the person, not that you are, but as the person that you are going to become, your life and momentum will naturally snowball towards that. That's why LARPing is such a popular term right now. People LARP all the time. Oh, I'm LARPing. Oh, he's LARPing. He's not actually doing it, he's just LARPing. But he is actually doing it, because him LARPing and pretending to do it, say, will lead to him actually doing it within almost no time. And you think, oh, that's cringe. That's so cringe, dude, he's LARPing. That's not cringe. The guy believes in himself, and he's gonna do it. And the guy who's calling that cringe, where do you think he's gonna be in 6 months? He's not gonna be anywhere. While you would have had the progress of a lifetime in those 6 months if you truly believe in the law of attraction and in self-belief and in yourself. All this to say that you can be selfish, you can be egotistical. Think about yourself. Think about yourself. Think about your future self all the time. Think about what future you would do. The future you that's happy, that knows where he's at, that has everything he wants, whatever it may be. Money, girls, whatever. Status, whatever it may be. Think about what he wants and what he would have done 10 years ago, 5 years ago, however far out you're looking. So, think about that. Good night. Have a good one.